Yo, what is going on everyone? It's me, Mr. Premps, and One Piece 1026 is out. Now once again, we have another great chapter on our hands, and it feels like Oda just doesn't intend to slow down. We saw some more action from the rooftop, the outcome between Nekomamushi and Perospero, and also the outcome between Inuarashi and Jack. Now on top of that, Oda gave us the thoughts and reactions of those around us and the current situation in the Flower Capital. So in this video, I'll look to give a quick overview of the chapter with some of my immediate thoughts. But before I get started, I just want to remind you all that if you like anything I have to say in this video, then make sure you leave a like on the video, and if you like One Piece content or just want to support your boy, then make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss out when I drop more content just like this. But now those formalities are out of the way, let's get into this chapter. And the first thing I want to take a look at is the cover page. And this is of Nami and Leo, who are making t-shirts of a lion cub. And this lion cub is next to his father, and they're from the mink tribe. They're all sat in this stall named the How Take a Chore Nami. And the t-shirt design is the lion sunflower that Bellemere made for Nami when she was a child. So could this be some foreshadowing of Nami's future once the Straw Hats have disbanded? Who knows, but it's just a nice cover page regardless. The chapter starts off in the Flower Capital, and Oda shows us the citizens enjoying the festival. We get to see Hitetsu, who for those of you who may have forgotten, is the sword collector that looked after Tama. However, here he is with Toko at the festival and asks if she's having a good time, in which Toko responds yes, as she eats some candy. We then go on to see a little flashback of the moment that Tama left Wano to go to Onigashima, and she went to Onigashima with speed. We find out that Hitetsu was indeed worried, however Tama insisted that she had to go and help, not knowing if she would ever return. We also find out that Speed promised to protect Otama, and fast forward to today, Hitetsu is still there wondering what is going on in Onigashima, and is Tama safe? We also see that the sky in the Flower Capital is covered by clouds, so the people at the festival can't see that Onigashima is approaching the capital. But boy are these citizens in for a shock. We then pan away to the rooftop of Onigashima, where we see one of the Marys observing what's happening, and as per usual, they're reporting this back to the Beast Pirates, which includes the likes of Queen. The Mary reports that there is the wounded Yamato on the rooftop, alongside a mysterious pink dragon who is face to face with a blue dragon. And of course the blue dragon is Kaido. However, they're unaware as to who this pink dragon is, but it's being ridden by Straw Hat Luffy. Pause. As Yamato looks at Momonuske, she remembers what he said when he was still a child, and it was the fact that if he could turn into a monster like Kaido, it would definitely help out everyone. And of course this was Momo talking about Kaido's huge dragon form. So of course it's dawned on Yamato here that this pink dragon is Momo. But as this battle begins, Kaido opens up his mouth and he prepares to shoot his bolo breath, or flame breath, whatever you guys call it. And Luffy tells Momonuske to do the same and return a bolo breath back to Kaido. But Momo has no idea how to do it, and he's just about able to dodge the bolo breath that Kaido shoots, which I think we have to give as some sort of a feat to him. But Luffy goes on to say something to Momonuske that shocks him, but we don't get to find out what it is that he said just there. Luffy then jumps towards Kaido, blows up his left arm, and he attacks Kaido with an elephant gun, hitting Kaido's head so hard that it crashes into the ground. We then find out what it was that Luffy had told Momonuske, and that was to bite Kaido. But Momo was definitely hesitant, and he still is now. But as he remembers Kaido's assault at Kuri, the death of his father, and how Kaido attacked his mother too, he garners their courage and bites Kaido's body. And I'm actually in shock here, because Kaido screams out in pain, and I was thinking, how is this even hurting Kaido? But I just had a conversation with a friend, and he said to me think how painful it would be when a normal person bites you. And it must be the same for a dragon to bite another dragon. So I'm going to take that explanation and I'm just going to live with it. Because Kaido is furious here and he asks Momo what he's doing. And even though Momo is in fear, he doesn't let up, as he continues remembering his mother and father and what Kaido's done to Wano. Yamato at this point is so worried about Momo, and she goes to support him. But Luffy gets there first and punches Kaido in the face and praises Momo. We then pan away from the rooftop to the treasure room on the second floor and find out that Inuarashi is out of his Sulong form, as the moon is now covered with clouds. Jack here mentions that it's unfortunate for him because if he was attacked one more time, he wouldn't be able to stand again. And we have a similar situation happening with Nekomamushi because he's exhausted with no strength at all, as Perospero holds his candy axe, and it seems like it's the end for Nekomamushi. Perospero tells him not to blame the moon, but to blame his luck, as Carrot and Wanda watch helplessly from the side. We then somehow hear Luffy's voice, which I presume is being projected by the Mary, as he tells Momo that he's just bitten one of the YONKO, and therefore there is nothing he should fear anymore. And we get the reactions of the samurai and everyone else in their battles, as Luffy tells Momo to fly and go and save Onigashima, before announcing that he'll definitely beat Kaido. And just as an FYI, I love the panel we get here, seeing Zoro and Sanji fighting back to back, because this is just showing to me that they're having a 2-on-2 fight. And also, Sanji isn't even in his raid suit yet, so there's definitely more to come from him, and I'm really excited to see their fights. We also get this amazing double spread, where we get to see the reactions from the Samurai Alliance, as well as the other characters like Tama, Nami, and Frankie. We also see Big Mom, who's laughing at what Luffy just said, and we also get to see the reactions from Kid and Law. But another thing that I actually want to highlight here is just how OP Big Mom is, because she doesn't even look like she's worked up a sweat. We then pan back to the rooftop and see that Kaido has transformed back into his hybrid form. And here he is, going after Luffy, and he questions Luffy if he still thinks he can beat him. In which Luffy responds, as long as he's alive, the possibility is limitless. Kaido goes to attack Luffy with his club, and Luffy responds to this attack with his fist. And in this moment, they both use Conquerors Haki, or should I say, the colour of the Supreme King. And they do the thing that gives us all chills every single time, because there's a massive shockwave of black lightning. And without even touching, the impact is so ferocious that the clouds begin to separate and the sky splits in two. And the Mary that was observing the battle reports what's just happened before being knocked out by the overwhelming presence of the Haki. Now after this, the sky is now open and the full moon is clear for all to see. And as you can imagine, this has spelt terrible news for Jack and Perospero, as they look at the moon in complete amazement, as Inuarashi and Nekomamushi transform back into their Sulong forms and use Odin's one sword style, smiling cat strike, and powerful dog cutting arrow attacks to defeat Perospero and Jack. Now as this happens, a small door opens by the building where Jack and Inuarashi were fighting. And I don't know if this is meant to be a mystery, but it's very evidently Orochi, and it appears he's been watching the entire battle from the shadows. And right here, he's in shock that Jack has been defeated, before coming to the realization that it no longer has anything to do with him. And this brings the chapter to an end. And there's no break next week. And wow, I just want to say Oda's done it again. A fantastic chapter, and it appears that Oda is really wrapping things up quite quickly. With the Tobiropo out, Jack and Perospero out, I can only imagine that King and Queen are going to be next. I'm loving everything we're getting on Onigashima, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to see in the next chapter. But let me know what you all think. What was your favourite part of this chapter? And do you think we're going to get the fights from Zoro, Sanji, King and Queen in the next chapter? Let me know down in the comments. And as usual, if you like anything I've had to say, please make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you like weekly One Piece reviews, then make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss out when I drop more content just like this. Say